Over the next decade, many successful people are going to realize something uncomfortable. Their body was changing long before they noticed it. Not because they were lazy, not because they lacked discipline, but because modern life changed faster than human biology could adapt. Processed food, chronic stress, artificial light, poor sleep, environmental toxins, constant stimulation, unstable blood sugar, inflammation. Most people are trying to navigate all of that using outdated health advice. Eat less, exercise more, get more sleep. But deep down, many people already know something isn't adding up. Their energy is different, their recovery is slower, their thinking is less sharp, their weight responds differently, their numbers are beginning to move. And today, we're going to talk about why. If you've ever felt like your body was changing, even while trying to do the right things, type yes in the chat. Over the next 90 minutes, I'm going to walk you through 3 major discoveries that led to what we now call the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. First, we will talk about why many high achievers appear to age faster even while trying to do everything correctly. Second, we will explore how artificial intelligence may accelerate personalized longevity awareness in ways people have never had access to before. Third, we will discuss how identifying hidden patterns earlier may help people reduce years of confusion, trial and error, and unnecessary decline. Most people spend the first half of life building. They build careers, businesses, families, reputations, and responsibilities. Then somewhere later in life, they find themselves spending enormous amounts of time, energy, and money trying to recover the health they ignored while building everything else. That is not longevity, that is delayed crisis management. Today, our goal is different. We are talking about prevention, awareness, and understanding what the body may already be communicating before major problems appear. Artificial intelligence is already transforming finance, education, business, transportation, marketing, and communication. Health and longevity will not be excluded. The real question is not whether this shift is coming. The real question is whether people will recognize it early enough to benefit from it. Now, before we talk about artificial intelligence and longevity, we first need to understand the environment your body is trying to survive in every single day. Because if the environment changed, it would make sense that the body might start responding differently too. Think about the average morning for many professionals today. Before their feet even touch the floor, they are already responding to notifications, emails, messages, news, deadlines, and responsibilities. The nervous system barely gets a chance to wake up naturally before stress enters the picture. From there, many people rush through the day under artificial lighting, long work hours, constant stimulation. Weight becomes harder to manage, blood sugar begins fluctuating, focus is not as sharp as it used to be. Unfortunately, most people immediately blame themselves. They assume they need more discipline, more motivation, or more willpower. But what if the issue runs deeper than discipline? What if the body is responding exactly the way it was designed to respond to chronic overload? That is one reason I often say people may not be failing at longevity. They may simply lack the right tools and awareness. Without clarity, many individuals bounce from one diet to another, try random supplements and biohacking equipment, follow internet trends, or rely on generalized advice. From people who know nothing about their body, stress load, lifestyle, history, or lab patterns. Over time, that creates confusion instead of confidence. And if generic advice alone solved the problem, we would not see so many successful, intelligent, hardworking people still exhausted, inflamed, overwhelmed, and worried about their future health. A great deal of what people believe about health today is incomplete. When incomplete information becomes the foundation, confusion becomes the outcome. Today is about changing that foundation. And while all of this may sound theoretical, it becomes very real when you see how it plays out in the life of an actual person. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Let me tell you about Patty. Patty is a registered nurse, and the reason her story matters is because in many ways, her story is the story of millions of people. Every day, she took care of everyone else while quietly running herself into the ground. Patients needed her, her family needed her, life needed her, so she did what most high achievers do. She kept pushing. Year after year, Patty showed up, handled responsibilities, solved problems, and put herself at the bottom of the list. The frustrating part is that she wasn't lazy. She cared about her health. She went to appointments. She followed advice. She tried to eat better. She tried to exercise. She tried to do what she was told to do. But deep down, she knew something was changing. The first thing she noticed was her energy. Not because energy was the problem, because energy is usually the first sign that something deeper is happening. Getting through the day felt harder. Coffee didn't work like it used to. Her focus wasn't as sharp. Sleep stopped feeling restorative. Cravings got stronger. And little by little, she stopped feeling like herself. One day she looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "I just don't feel like myself anymore." Then the conversation started changing. Instead of hearing, "Everything looks okay," she started hearing, "Your blood sugar is elevated. Your blood pressure is moving. You may be pre-diabetic." That's when fear entered the picture, because she had spent years watching what happens when people ignore warning signs. Her body wasn't silent. The fatigue, brain fog, and cravings were signals. The sleep issues and changing numbers were a signal. The problem wasn't that her body wasn't speaking. The problem was that nobody had helped her understand what it was trying to say. Now you may be wondering why I feel so strongly about these patterns and why I've spent so much time studying them. Let me give you a little background. For those who may not know me yet, I am Dr. Glenda Davis. I'm a proud graduate of the University of Southern California, and over the past 2.5 decades, I've spent years reviewing labs, studying patterns, working with patients, and watching the same cycle repeat itself across countless lives. I have worked with professionals, entrepreneurs, athletes, entertainers, business moguls, and high achievers who were doing the best they knew how to do while still quietly losing efficiency underneath the surface. Over the years, I've also had the opportunity to work with individuals in the NFL, the NBA, and the entertainment industry. I've been interviewed by Les Brown. I've coached Myron Golden regarding his health, and I've worked with people who looked incredibly successful while privately struggling with exhaustion, inflammation, and brain fog. But as important as my professional experience is, the real reason this mission matters goes far beyond my career. For me, this conversation has always been personal. This conversation is deeply personal for me. My grandmother's story is close to me and means the most to me. I think about a woman who should still be here. I think about a woman who should have had more birthdays, more holidays, more memories, and more time with the people who loved her. In her early 50s, she was diagnosed with diabetes. And like many people, she trusted the advice she was given. She changed her diet. She exercised. She took the medications because she truly believed she was doing everything correctly. Then one night, after taking her medication and going to sleep, she never woke up again. Just imagine that for a second. One night, your family tells you good night, and by the next morning, everything has changed forever. Later, we learned she had kidney disease, and complications during the night triggered a massive heart attack. And just like that, she was gone. Because I was only a toddler at the time, I never truly got the opportunity to experience my grandmother's love for myself. But even as a child, that loss stayed with me. And over the years, that pain slowly became purpose. Deep within me, I knew I was called to help people so they would not have to suffer needlessly. That journey led me into studying patterns, root causes, nutrition, and eventually artificial intelligence. Because what I realized is that many people normalize warning signs for far too long. They convince themselves it's just aging. The moral of my grandmother's story is that diabetes is not a disease of death, it is a disease of disinformation. New information can lead to a new manifestation. That is one reason today matters. Awareness matters. Time matters. Don't delay defeating disease. And that experience taught me something that led me to the first major discovery. The first major discovery is what I call the awareness gap, the distance between body signals and actual understanding. Fatigue and brain fog become normal, but common does not necessarily mean optimal. Success often hides health changes. If you agree your body deserves more than random guessing, type precision in the chat. The body deserves precision. Most modern health systems are built to respond after problems become clear. The structure itself is often reactive. Does that approach truly represent longevity or long-term management? High performers understand the value of prevention. The future belongs to people who can identify patterns earlier. AI is making this increasingly clear. We must ask better questions. If the goal is to create healthy people, why are so many people getting sicker? Why are we taking more medications? What if the first thing we should examine is the incentive? Who benefits when people stay sick? Incentives matter. The food changed, the water changed, the chemicals changed, the stress changed. And many of the things people were told not to worry about years ago are now headline news. Fluoride in drinking water, microplastics in bottled water, artificial food dyes, pesticides on fruits and vegetables, PFAS, forever chemicals in drinking water, formaldehyde concerns in certain hair straightening products, ultra-processed foods and additives that previous generations consumed far less of. Think about that. I'm not saying every exposure affects every person the same way. I'm not saying every warning was originally perfect. But I am saying this. Many concerns that were once dismissed are now being studied, regulated, restricted, reviewed, or openly debated. And that should make every one of us stop and think. Because if the environment has changed, wouldn't it make sense that the human body is responding differently too? Wouldn't it make sense that fatigue, brain fog, inflammation, hormone issues, and declining energy may have more to do with what's happening underneath the surface? Because most people don't wake up one morning and suddenly become sick. The body is usually sending signals long before the diagnosis. The problem is that most people never learned how to interpret those signals. And while they were busy building their lives, their body may have been quietly losing ground. Then one day they hear words they never wanted to hear: prediabetes, fatty liver, hormone imbalance, high blood pressure, autoimmune issues, kidney stress, another medication, another specialist. That is not longevity. That is delayed crisis management. And that is exactly why identifying possible root causes matters. So if you want to understand almost anything, follow the incentives. Who funded the research? Who profits from the recommendation? Who benefits from the treatment? Who benefits if nothing changes? And most importantly, are we focusing on the symptom or are we focusing on the cause? Think about how the conversation often happens. A person develops high blood pressure, a medication is prescribed; high cholesterol, a medication is prescribed; blood sugar problems, a medication is prescribed. A person struggles with sleep, a medication is prescribed. A person struggles with anxiety, a medication is prescribed. I am not telling anyone to stop listening to their doctor, but I am asking people to become more curious, because at some point we have to ask why. What if symptoms are messages? What if fatigue is not the problem, but a signal? What if inflammation is not the problem, but a warning? What if brain fog is a clue? What if weight gain is a response? What if the symptom is not the root cause? That is where the real conversation begins. Many people have been told their labs are normal. Many people have been told everything looks fine, yet they still do not feel fine. They still struggle with sleep, focus, and weight. And they ask, if everything is normal, why don't I feel normal? That question drives people to keep searching. Deep down, most people know there is a difference between surviving and thriving, between symptom management and true health optimization. The goal is not fear. The goal is awareness. The goal is to become an active participant in your own health journey. Because nobody will ever care more about your health than you do. Your environment, nutrition, stress, sleep, and habits all matter. The moment you stop outsourcing every decision and start asking deeper questions is the moment you begin taking ownership of your future. Because your future health will be determined by the questions you are willing to ask tomorrow. What if there has to be a better way? What if the answer is finally identifying and addressing the possible root causes that have been driving the problem all along? The goal is not to manage decline. The goal is to create longevity, vitality, and a future where you have the freedom to live on your terms. Your health is a necessity, not a luxury. Healing is your birthright. You can, you will, and you must have longevity. And that is exactly why artificial intelligence matters. Let's talk about what may finally help us connect the signals faster. This is where AI enters the conversation. Now that we've discussed why people miss the signals, let's explore how we can connect them faster. This is where artificial intelligence comes into play. Understanding AI doesn't require coding knowledge or technical expertise. Its significance in longevity lies in its ability to organize complexity, accelerate pattern recognition, and connect the dots that humans often overlook. The human body is a web of interconnections. Sleep impacts hormones. Hormones influence energy. Energy affects motivation. Stress alters blood sugar. Blood sugar drives inflammation, and inflammation impacts recovery and performance. These systems are in constant interaction. Many people attempt to build their health strategies from fragmented information. One podcast, one influencer, one supplement trend, one diet, one article, and so on. Eventually, this leads to disconnection and overwhelm. The issue isn't a lack of effort, it's a lack of organization and personalization. AI can help structure this complexity in a more individualized manner. It doesn't replace wisdom, experience, or personal responsibility. Rather, it can provide clarity when combined with clinical insight, data interpretation, root cause awareness, and strategic guidance. We're still in the early stages of this evolution. To illustrate this, let's consider two examples. First, there's Marcus, a 58-year-old business executive. On the surface, he appears successful, leading a team and supporting a family, but beneath it all, he feels an exhausting fatigue that follows him throughout the day. His focus wanes, his sleep is lighter, and his patience is shorter. During a routine physical, he learns that his blood sugar and blood pressure are rising. Internally, he feels a shift. He starts questioning how he got here. The truth is, the signs had been building for years, but he lacked the framework to understand them. This is why awareness is crucial. Now let's look at another example. Denise is 62 years old. She spent decades raising children, supporting others, and carrying enormous responsibility. People describe her as strong, dependable, intelligent, and resilient. But over the last few years, she has noticed significant changes. Her joints ache more often, sleep feels inconsistent, energy crashes happen regularly, weight has become harder to manage. Some days she feels inflamed and mentally drained for no obvious reason. She has tried supplements, cleanses, health trends, and online advice. She saves videos and articles on her phone hoping something finally clicks. But underneath all of that effort is fear, not weakness. Fear. She has watched family members lose mobility, clarity, independence, and quality of life over time. And deep down, she thinks, I do not want that future for myself. At the same time, she does not want to spend the rest of her life feeling trapped inside endless prescriptions, confusion, and uncertainty. What Denise needs is not another random trend. She needs clarity, she needs awareness, she needs a system that helps connect the dots. Many people like Denise are not lazy or unintelligent. They are overwhelmed by conflicting information and exhausted from guessing. That is why a more personalized approach matters. And when you look closely at stories like Marcus and Denise, you start noticing something interesting. Different people may have different symptoms, but many of the underlying patterns can look surprisingly similar. So now let's go deeper, because this is where many people begin to have their breakthrough. This is the moment where many people suddenly realize, I may have been looking at my health completely wrong, because the information that you don't know is being used against you. And what makes that dangerous is that most people don't even realize there may be another conversation happening underneath the surface. They think the conversation is only about calories, only about weight, only about exercise, only about discipline, only about medication. Meanwhile, the body may already be dealing with deeper dysfunction for years before crisis finally appears. That is why so many people feel blindsided. One year, they feel mostly okay. Then suddenly they are hearing words like pre-diabetes, inflammation, autoimmune issues, fatty liver, hormone imbalance, kidney stress, or chronic fatigue. And they cannot understand how they got there, but the body was often giving signals long before the diagnosis. The problem is that most people were never taught how to interpret the signals. And after spending decades reading countless labs, studying recurring symptom patterns, and watching people struggle with the same hidden dysfunctions over and over again, I came to a realization that changed the way I looked at longevity forever. To have longevity, I believe you must seriously consider what I now call the possible 14 hidden root causes of disease, patterns and dysfunctions I uncovered after spending decades reading countless labs, studying recurring symptom patterns, and watching people struggle with the same hidden issues over and over again without realizing what may actually be happening underneath the surface. I want you to notice something. Most people have never even had conversations about many of these possibilities. Nobody sat them down and explained how these hidden patterns may quietly influence energy, mood, metabolism, inflammation, recovery, focus, cravings, sleep, stress tolerance, or longevity itself. Instead, many people are simply told everything looks fine. Just lose weight, exercise more, watch it, take this. And then they are sent back into the exact same environment that may have contributed to the problem in the first place. Let's go over it again, and I want you to repeat. The possible 14 hidden root causes of type 2 disease with me. Number 1, leaky gut. Number 2, thyroid issues. Number 3, fatty liver. Number 4, imbalanced reproductive hormones. Number 5, imbalanced energy hormones. Number 6, iron anemia. Number 7, kidney stress. Number 8, adrenal gland dysfunction. Number 9, absorption issues. Number 10, nutritional deficiencies. Number 11, infection. Number 12, inflammation. Number 13, other autoimmune disorders. Number 14, toxin exposure. Notice what I didn't say there? I'm sure you're asking, what? Right? Which factor did I exclude as a possible underlying root cause of disease? Go to the chat and drop your answer. Notice I didn't say lack of diet, nutrition, and exercise. Pregnant pause. That's true, right? I didn't say diet, nutrition, and exercise. Now let that really sink in for a second, because most people have spent years blaming themselves. They thought they lacked discipline. They thought they failed. They thought they just needed more willpower. Meanwhile, the body may have been under stress the entire time. The reason that I didn't say diet, nutrition, and exercise is because I don't believe that the lack thereof caused disease. If you want to learn more, drop a 1 in the chat. Now let me explain why this matters. Most people have been trained to think the entire conversation is diet, weight, exercise, and pills. But if that were the whole conversation, then why are so many people still struggling? Why are so many people still tired? Why are so many people still inflamed? Why are so many people still gaining weight? Why are so many people still watching their blood sugar and blood pressure move around? Why are so many people still being told they are pre-this or borderline that? Because symptoms may be signals, and signals need interpretation, and interpretation requires awareness, and awareness requires the right tools. This is why I keep saying, the modern environment is too complex to navigate longevity through guesswork alone. Now that we've discussed the possible hidden root causes, let's talk about the systems in the body that repeatedly showed up while I was studying those patterns. Because patterns rarely exist in isolation. The 4 main organs that likely play a role in longevity. After spending more than 2 decades reading labs, studying patterns, and watching people quietly lose health, energy, and longevity, I came to the realization that 4 main organs repeatedly showed up in the patterns I was seeing over and over again in people struggling with their health and long-term vitality. The adrenal glands, pancreas, liver, and thyroid. Go to the chat and put the acronym APLT, adrenal glands, your pancreas, your liver, and your thyroid. Put APLT in the chat. Put all people love teamwork in the chat. Now, why does this matter? Because your body is not random, the fatigue is not random, the brain fog is not random, the crashes are not random, the inflammation is not random, the blood sugar swings are not random, the body leaves clues. And when these systems are under stress, many people may feel it as fatigue, brain fog, blood sugar swings, weight resistance, inflammation, poor recovery, stress, mood changes, and energy crashes. The question is, are you listening? And more importantly, do you have the tools to understand what those clues may mean? Well, be honest with yourself. If it took me more than 2 decades of clinical experience to uncover this possible 14 hidden causes of disease that can rob your longevity and the organs that possibly play a role, how confident are you that you can solve this without our guidance? Wait for them to answer or ask question again. Because after everything I've shared today, what most people begin realizing is this: they may have spent years trying to solve symptoms without ever understanding what may have been driving those symptoms underneath the surface. After everything I've shared, I'm not trying to impress you. I'm trying to impress upon you that we may have information you don't even know you're missing. Over the years, we have uncovered patterns and insights that most people seeking longevity never hear about. And that is exactly why this matters. Because when you don't know what you don't know, you can spend years trying to solve the wrong problem. You can spend years standing in the wrong line. You can spend years doing things that make sense on the surface, but never address what may be happening underneath. And this is where many people start to realize, I may need a more precise path. That is not meant to discourage anyone. It is meant to highlight how complex the modern health landscape has become. Many people spend years solving the wrong problem simply because they never received the right framework. And once someone realizes that, they often begin searching for a more precise path forward. If this is starting to make sense, type clarity in the chat. So if hidden patterns exist, and if the body leaves clues, the next logical question becomes, how do we actually organize all of that information in a way that creates clarity instead of confusion? The third discovery is this: information alone is no longer enough. People today have access to more health information than any generation in history, yet confusion continues growing. Why? Because information without interpretation creates overwhelm. A person can watch videos, follow trends, buy supplements, try diets, order devices, and consume endless content while still lacking clarity about what actually applies to their body. That is where personalized longevity intelligence becomes valuable. Guesswork costs more than money. It costs time. It costs momentum. It costs confidence. It costs energy. And eventually, delayed awareness can cost independence. Momentum matters in health. The longer dysfunction continues unaddressed, the more difficult it often becomes to shift patterns later. That is why proactive awareness is so important. Healthy people tend to pay attention early. They ask better questions, seek clarity, and take action before crisis forces decisions upon them. And that leads us naturally into the next part of this conversation. You leave today informed, maybe even inspired, but tomorrow life gets busy again. The emails return, the meetings return, the responsibilities return, the stress returns. Slowly, your body sends signals. Fatigue becomes familiar. Weight becomes harder to move. Sleep becomes unpredictable. Labs become concerning. Your doctor may start watching things more closely. One medication becomes two. What used to feel like a small issue now controls your schedule, your energy, your confidence, and your decisions. 2 years from now, you may look back and realize the signs were already there today. Now imagine a second future. In this future, you decide not to wait for a crisis. You decide your body deserves clarity now. You begin organizing the signals. You start looking at possible root cause patterns. You stop treating symptoms as random inconveniences and begin seeing them as communication. You use modern tools, personalized insight, and structured guidance to become proactive. 2 years from now, you are not looking back with regret. You are looking back with relief because you acted when awareness first became clear. That is the fork in the road. One path is delayed reaction, the other is proactive awareness. Today is about choosing which one you want to walk, because awareness without action changes nothing. That brings us to the solution we've built around everything we've discussed today. Honestly, that's exactly how I view longevity today. Most people are standing in the regular line. They're Googling symptoms, trying random supplements, following disconnected advice, waiting until symptoms become emergencies. Meanwhile, others decide they want a more precise path. They want clarity instead of confusion. They want personalization instead of guessing. They want to understand what their body may actually need before major decline occurs. That mindset led to the creation of the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. The Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol was designed for one reason: because too many intelligent, successful people are quietly watching their energy decline while being told that it is normal aging. And for most people, loss of energy is the first thing they notice. That is usually the first warning sign, because when your energy drops, your entire life slows down with it. your focus changes, your patience changes, your motivation changes, your recovery changes, your mood changes, your confidence changes. Even simple things begin feeling heavier than they used to. And what many people fail to realize is that low energy is often not the real problem. It is the symptom that finally gets your attention. It is the signal that something deeper may already be happening underneath the surface. So when someone tells me their energy is a 5 or 6 out of 10, I know there is often a much larger story behind that symptom. Because the body does not usually lose efficiency randomly. Something is influencing the system, something is creating stress, something is disrupting normal function, and deep down, many people already know something is changing, and they are still functioning, still performing, still handling responsibilities, but it takes more effort now, more caffeine, more pushing, more recovery, more pretending. And what scares many people is not where they are today. It is where they may be heading if nothing changes, because nobody wants to spend the next 10 or 20 years slowly becoming dependent on medications, procedures, surgeries, and constant monitoring while their body continues losing efficiency. That is exactly why I created the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. For those of you who already know, this is your next step. Click the link, secure your spot, and begin your Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol today. The investment to begin today is only $397. As the founder of the protocol, I took decades of my clinical experience, research, intellectual property, pattern recognition, lab analysis, and understanding of natural health and natural endocrinology principles, and combined them with artificial intelligence to create a more advanced and precise way to help people pursue true healing naturally. And I truly believe what we are doing right now is similar to the moment the world shifted from typewriters to computers, from paper maps to GPS, from guessing to precision. Because the future of longevity will not belong to people randomly Googling symptoms, buying random supplements, and hoping things somehow improve. The future belongs to people who understand patterns earlier, people who use precision, people who use technology, people who stop waiting until crisis forces action. This is not another wellness program. This is not another collection of health tips. And this is definitely not another cookie cutter online course. This is a precision-based longevity intelligence system designed to help high performers stop guessing and start understanding what may actually be happening inside their body before a serious health event forces the issue. And honestly, once you understand what this is, it becomes very difficult to go back to the old way of doing things, because the old model is reactive. Wait until something breaks. Wait until the symptoms get worse. Wait until the emergency. Wait until the medication. Wait until the next medication. Wait until the surgery conversation. Most people do not realize they are slowly standing in line for decline. The Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol was designed to interrupt that pattern. Everything I've shared with you tonight leads to one conclusion. If your body has been sending signals, guessing is no longer enough. That's exactly why I created the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol. This isn't another wellness program. It isn't another online course. It isn't another supplement recommendation. It's a precision-based longevity intelligence system designed to help you stop guessing and start understanding what your body may have been trying to communicate for years. As the founder of this protocol, I combine decades of clinical experience, laboratory pattern recognition, research, and intellectual property with artificial intelligence to create a more advanced approach to personalized longevity. Step 1 is the AI Longevity Mastery Academy application. Everything starts with your personalized Academy application. This isn't a typical health questionnaire. It begins organizing your symptoms, stress patterns, environmental exposures, energy levels, sleep, cravings, recovery, lifestyle habits, and health history into one complete picture. For many people, this is their first breakthrough because they finally realize their symptoms may not be isolated, they may be connected. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" they begin asking, "What has my body been trying to tell me?" Step 2 is the AI Longevity Biosignal Hair Analysis. Using a simple hair specimen, this proprietary longevity intelligence process combines advanced laboratory analysis, artificial intelligence, and our clinical longevity framework to identify biological patterns and stress signals that may not be apparent through conventional testing alone. This isn't about chasing symptoms, it's about identifying patterns earlier before they become bigger problems. Your specimen is processed through certified laboratory systems using advanced analytical technology and interpreted through our framework of the 14 hidden root causes of disease. Immediately after enrolling, you'll schedule your private longevity collection session on Zoom. We'll personally guide you through your laboratory paperwork and specimen collection to ensure everything is completed correctly the first time and unnecessary processing delays are avoided, because precision matters. Step 3 is the longevity root cause review. This is where everything comes together. Your Academy application tells us your story. Your AI longevity biosignal hair analysis provides objective laboratory findings. Artificial intelligence helps organize those patterns. Our clinical framework helps interpret them. For the first time, you begin seeing how your symptoms, laboratory findings, stress patterns, environmental exposures, and the possible 14 hidden root causes of disease may all be interconnected. Many people leave this session saying the same thing. Now it finally makes sense. And that's the goal. Not more confusion, not more guessing, clarity. Before your session is over, you'll receive a personalized natural action plan designed specifically around your findings, not a generic diet, not random supplements, not internet advice, a strategic plan built specifically for you. We are also offering a fast action bonus. The first 4 participants who enroll tonight will also receive the AI Longevity Insight Series. These exclusive educational text messages help you continue learning about environmental health, nutrition, biohacking, longevity strategies, and practical lifestyle decisions while you're waiting for your private review. Because this isn't simply purchasing information, it's entering a guided framework designed to help you make smarter health decisions moving forward. When you step back and look at everything included, you aren't receiving a questionnaire, you aren't receiving a laboratory analysis, you aren't receiving a consultation, you're receiving an entirely new way to understand your body. And once you experience that level of clarity, it's very difficult to go back to guessing. I'm dropping the link again now. If this is making sense, do not wait until the end. We only open 17 spots per month because this process requires personal attention and guidance. Today, your investment to begin is only $397. Now that you understand how the protocol works, let's quickly look at everything that's included so you can see the complete picture. So let's quickly review everything included tonight. Participants receive the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol, includes the AI Mastery Academy application, the AI Longevity Biosignal Hair Analysis, the Root Cause Collection Session, the Longevity Root Cause Review, and for fast action participants, the AI Longevity Insight Series. Together, this creates a structured, precision-based process designed to help people stop guessing, identify hidden patterns earlier, and begin building personalized longevity awareness through artificial intelligence, pattern recognition, and natural strategic guidance. Today, the investment to begin the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol is only 3.9.7. I'm dropping the link in the chat box now. Click it immediately, complete your investment, and secure your spot before these 17 monthly spots are gone. And it is important to understand what that investment represents. This is not another downloadable PDF or generic course filled with broad advice. It is the beginning of a guided process designed to help people stop guessing and start identifying what may actually be contributing to their symptoms, energy loss, stress patterns, and long-term concerns. We also keep the number of participants limited. That is not artificial scarcity. It is because this process requires time, attention, review, and personal guidance. We want to help people navigate the process properly rather than rushing them through another transactional experience. And there is another reason timing matters. Every week a person keeps guessing, the confusion continues. Every month the body keeps sending signals without clarity, momentum is lost. Every year delayed awareness becomes more expensive. The modern environment is not slowing down. The demands on your life are not slowing down. The pace of aging is not waiting for your schedule to open up. So if you already know your body has been trying to get your attention, this is not the moment to put clarity back on the shelf. This program is best suited for people who are genuinely ready to take their health seriously. people who are tired of confusion, people who know time matters, people who understand their family, future, and quality of life are connected to the decisions they make now. If that is you, we are dropping the link now. Once you complete your registration, come back into the chat and type "done" so we can celebrate the decision you just made. Because momentum matters, getting started is simple. First, click the link and complete your investment. Immediately after registration, you will be forwarded to schedule your private longevity collection session on Zoom. During that session, we personally walk you through completing your lab requisition form, properly collecting your hair specimen, and preparing everything to be mailed to the certified lab right away. Immediately after scheduling your root cause collection session, you will be forwarded to complete your AI Longevity Mastery Academy application. Complete it immediately. Your completed application gives you priority in our system and helps accelerate your path to your longevity root cause review. Once the lab finishes processing your results, our team will personally text you to schedule your longevity root cause review, where everything finally comes together. Your symptoms, your quiz, your lab findings, your possible root causes, and your personalized natural action plan moving forward. And throughout the entire process, you will receive step-by-step emails and text messages guiding you the whole way. Be sure to check your spam or promotions folder so you do not miss important instructions. Click the link, complete your investment, schedule your longevity collection session, and complete your AI Longevity Mastery Academy application immediately. Then come back to the chat and type "done." I'm dropping the link again now. Click the link, complete your investment, schedule your longevity collection session, complete your AI Longevity Mastery Academy application immediately, and then come back here and type "done." Before you make a decision, there is one final thing I want you to think about, because for many people, the biggest risk is not taking the wrong action, it's taking no action at all. Now I want to speak directly to the people who feel hesitant. I understand hesitation because most people naturally tell themselves, "I'll do this later. I'll wait until life slows down. I'll focus on it next month. I'll deal with it if things get worse." But the question becomes, how long have you already been postponing this conversation with yourself? How long have you ignored the fatigue, the stress, the warning signs, or the feeling that something is not fully right? Time keeps moving whether we act or not. The body keeps responding to stress whether we pay attention or not. And unfortunately, many people wait until the consequences become impossible to ignore. The environment is not slowing down. Aging is not slowing down. The demands on your life are not slowing down either. That is why waiting often becomes expensive. 2 years from now, you will either be relieved you acted early, or frustrated that you waited while the signals continued getting louder. 5 years from now, artificial intelligence will likely be deeply integrated into nearly every area of health optimization, performance, and personalized decision-making. The future is already arriving. The only question is whether people will participate early enough to benefit from it. And while this decision affects you directly, it affects more than just you. There are other people connected to the outcome of your health. At the heart of this conversation is something bigger than health metrics. Your longevity affects the people who love you. Your energy affects your family. Your clarity affects your leadership. Your vitality affects your purpose. Your health affects your independence. When someone declines physically or mentally, the impact reaches far beyond the individual. Families feel it. Spouses feel it. Children feel it. Businesses feel it. Most of us have already watched someone we care about lose strength, mobility, confidence, clarity, or quality of life far earlier than expected. Experiences like that change people. Sometimes they become the wake-up call that forces us to stop treating health like something we will get around to later. Because ultimately, longevity is not just about adding years. It is about protecting quality of life, preserving independence, and remaining present for the people who matter most. So after everything we've discussed tonight, it really comes down to one simple decision. What you do next is entirely up to you. If you already know your body has been trying to get your attention, this is your moment to stop ignoring it. If you already know your body has been sending signals, do not ignore them. If you are tired of guessing, this is your opportunity to pursue a more structured and personalized path. If you know your family needs you healthy, energized, and fully present, take action now instead of waiting for crisis to force the conversation later. The Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol was created to help people move from confusion to awareness using modern tools, strategic insight, and a more personalized framework for longevity. Once you realize there may be a smarter, clearer, and more proactive path available, it becomes difficult to keep settling for unnecessary struggle. This is the final time I'm dropping the link. If your body has been sending signals, do not leave this workshop and go back to guessing. Click the link now, secure your spot, complete your investment, and begin the Artificial Intelligence Longevity Protocol today. Remember, we only open 17 spots per month. Once those spots are filled, the next group has to wait.
Reserve your seat now.